For this unit, we'll be working with the Raw Vietnamese Body Wave from the Kure collection. Before bleaching your closure, please wear a respiratory mask. For years, I did not wear a mask and now I'm extremely allergic to bleach. Please learn from my mistakes. Protect your nose. Bleach has a funny way of spreading to things where it doesn't belong. So firstly, we're going to use a spray bottle with water and a tail comb to slick the hair away from the lace. Now that we've tucked away the flyaways, you will need foil paper, a mixing bowl, an applicator brush, or a tail comb. After several years of experimenting with different types of bleach formulas, I am completely satisfied with the Wella bleach. And the 30 volume developer has just the right strength in potency to lift your knots in great timing. Out of all the bleach powders that I've tried, I must say that the Wella bleach is the best. I love the consistency of Wella because once you get the paste formula right, it will not bleed onto the hair. I always pair the Wella bleach with the 30 volume developer, and this will easily lift your knots up to 7 shades. When mixing your paste, you want to gradually add the 30 volume developer to the bleach, stir, and repeat that process until it becomes a very thick paste. Now, this is the perfect consistency of your paste. It's not runny and it's very smooth, which means it can lay onto your closure easily. Now, we always start at the back of the closure because the knots are always thicker to the back, so we want those knots to process first. A plastic knife is a great tool to use when applying the bleach, but I'm using the back of the tail comb to spread the bleach along the closure. Do not apply too much pressure when applying the bleach. Just lightly spread the bleach, covering the knots because it will oxidize above the lace. Now that you have completely covered the knots, you can use the foil paper to cover the back of the closure so that the knots can process faster and evenly. And if you didn't know, bleach works best in heat or under warm conditions. So to allow my closure to process faster, I like to place my closures under direct sunlight so that the knots can process evenly and to a shade that is completely invisible. Usually eye my closures to see when is the best time to rinse the bleach because the overall temperature of the environment will determine how quickly your knots will lift. How thick the knots are is also a determining factor on how quickly your knots will lift. Keep a keen eye between 20 to 45 minutes. Now we're going to tone our knots. Do not skip this step with the Shimmer Lights Purple Shampoo. Once the hair is virgin, the Wella Bleach will lift the knots to a 613 shade. And saturating the base of the closure with the Shimmer Lights Purple Shampoo will literally tone the closure and remove any brassy orange color that is still there from bleaching the closure. This is a process that you will have to monitor. Do not overtone your closure where the knots can become purple. So monitor the toning process and oversee between 15 to 20 minutes. When it is at the desired shade, then rinse thoroughly. And this is the result of a perfectly bleached closure. We were able to lift and tone the knots to a scalp-like shade. There is no need for color corrections because, as mentioned before, the Wella bleach is perfect to customize closures because once the paste formula is accurate, it will not bleed through the lace. And in one application, the Wella bleach does lift up to 7 shades without leaving an orange brassy finish before toning. Use this method and formula and you will never go wrong.